From hero to zero and from high to low. Well, this is not about a movie. I'm talking about Sri Lanka cricket. Hello and welcome. It is Let's Talk Cricket. I'm Roshan Abeysinghe. Well, I can tell you, this is the exact predicament of Sri Lanka cricket. You meet someone on the road, that's the question they'll be asking you. What's wrong with Sri Lanka cricket? In fact, that's what I'm trying to find out. Now, the last time I said we'll meet you on the other side of the T20 series, I don't think I want to talk about it because it wasn't any different to the one-day series. The white ball has been a disaster for Sri Lanka. I have been looking back. I can look back as 2017 and things haven't been good at all. But by contrast, the test team has been good. I won't say outstanding, but good. Because other than the England series that Sri Lanka lost rather badly, I'll give them a lot of credit for the wins they had in Pakistan and in the West Indies and even in South Africa. So, we see two contrasting situations. The test team is doing well. What's wrong with the one-day team or one-day series or what one-day cricket we play? Now, few questions that people might be asking. Is it the captain? Is it the coach? Or are we having too many factions? Now, one problem has been solved. No issues about who the coach is going to be. So, the coach is going to be Singh. Now, the next question is, should Sri Lanka alter or change the captain? Now, we've heard that Lasith Malinga has a faction. We've heard that Matthews has a faction. We've only heard. I'm telling you what I hear. I can't confirm anything, but we're just watching from outside. Thisara Pereira, former captain, he appears to have a faction. So, which faction do you go with? Add to that, we've also heard that some of the so-called captains aren't seeing eye to eye with the coach too. So, is the coach having a faction too? I don't know. I'm just thinking. Is this the problem that is ailing Sri Lanka cricket, or is it simply that the players aren't putting their hands up? Either way, a compromise needs to be worked out. So what is the best compromise you could come up with? Obviously, you don't want to appoint one man from one faction and have issues with the other faction. So go for a compromise candidate. I would have done that, but I'm not a selector. I'm not even anywhere close to the selection panel. So I don't want to even think or suggest a name. But that is the challenge the selectors have. They'll have to have a captain who can be the mediator, the moderator amongst all these factions, and also a man who would work well with the coach. So, huge challenge for whoever it is going forward. Let's not forget one name that is always been mentioned is Dimuth Karunaratne. But my question to you watching and to myself and everyone else is it a fair call on Dimuth? Yes, from outside, captaining a World Cup and going into a World Cup and captaining your country is a great honor and a prestige. Let's not take anything away from that. But when did Dimuth last play a one-day game? When did he last play a white ball game? I can't remember. So imagine not playing white ball cricket and then straight away thrown in to possibly the toughest competition that white ball cricket has, which is a 50-over cricket, and in England. And at a time when the team is not firing. So these are some of the issues, the challenges the selectors have before them. You know what? I don't want to be a selector. I just don't want to be a selector with all these issues. But there is one thing that we all accept. There is a problem with Sri Lanka cricket and it needs to be solved without delay, because we got just 2 games with Ireland and then straight into the deep end. Straight into the deep end. And I think Sri Lanka will have to work really hard and ensure that they get their act together. Now, to do that, the selectors have got this 4-team super provincial team, the tournament I should say, that's come up, they have come up with. So Matthews captaining one side, there is Chandimal captaining another side, Lasith Malinga is leading another side. So there are lots of new players or lots of senior players that have been thrown into the equation, and all of them have been looked at very closely. Now, one thing that is absolutely sure is that I can't write more than 4 or 5 names that are certainties when it comes to this World Cup. So there are lots of opportunities for players, places for grabs, and I think if some of the so-called seniors and the youngsters come up with something special, I believe they might be penciled in to that World Cup squad. So all I can tell you is lots of challenges lay ahead of Sri Lanka cricket, not just to the players, not just to the selectors, but to everyone, coaches, everyone involved. So as I said, I'm hoping that sanity will prevail. I'm hoping that the selectors will come up with the magic wand and come up with a combination that can take Sri Lanka to the, shall we say, second round. Let's not talk of winning the World Cup. Let's get past the first round. Let's get to the next stage and let's plan from there. That's what I think. That's what I'm hoping for. And I hope I can come back with better news the next time I meet you. So that's it on Let's Talk Cricket. Thank you for joining us. Let me remind you, if you have comments or suggestions, comment below. And don't forget to subscribe, like and share.